So I have done a video on all of the Sakura 5 from Foxtails up to chapter 51, so this might be unfair to everyone but Passion Lip and King Protea. Nonetheless, here's a list with only the Foxtails versions in mind. At the bottom of my list, we have Passion Lip. I personally like her in Vagrant Order and CCC, but here she feels lacking as a character and her story ends too early. This is the weakest version of her in any form of Fate media. At least she's still herself when she goes out, unlike the next one. Now we have Meltrillis, who suffers the same issue as Passion Lip, ending her story too early as the individual known as Meltrillis. I would consider her a different character as the second BB, as she responds to the name BB and fights like BB with a bit of Kazura sprinkled in. Honestly, this version of her is the one that ends up as a tool to someone else for the power she wanted so badly in Triple C. At least she does stuff compared to Passion Lip. I feel Violet is too simple and needs more character, as Tamamo says she's simple compared to the others, but change is still in her future and has already started. I hope we see more of her come out in this final act of Foxtails. It's sad to say Kazura Drop is not at the top of the list, but I need to know how her story ends to have a final judgment on her character. I like her involvement in the story from the start to her reveal. She's one of the better characters in my opinion out of the 5. Her reasoning makes sense from her perspective, not being able to be what she is due to something out of her control, taking things into her own hand and changing them herself. It shows the weakest can become the strongest if they are smart enough in using what they have to their advantage. My number 1 is King Protea. She develops from a manipulable child to a independent individual, earning the love of the person she loves. She had a respectable end and protected the one she loved to the very end. A character with infinite growth in power and character. Now, if we go by the best versions of them, my list would be number 5 Violet, number 4 Melt, number 3 Lip, number 2 Kazura, number 1 Protea. That's my list in terms of story and character. Regardless, Kazura is the one who got me into Foxtails, so she always has a special place at the top in my heart. Strength wise, it's hard to say, as Lip has an insta-kill move, Melt can steal stats and abilities, Kazura can steal the other 5 skills, Violet can freeze the space, and Protea has infinite growth, but in most cases, Protea is the strongest from what I have seen. So who's your favorite of the 5? What's your list? And who do you think is the strongest?